Hey Walker, today's video is a guide for the newly discovered secret mount, the Slime Serpent. And I will mainly be covering how to do this as a protection warrior, but there will be trash skips in the video for anyone interested in that. The way you obtain this mount is simply by soloing the last 2 bosses of Plaguefall on heroic difficulty or higher, and then it will spawn in this small pool here just by the second last boss, and you'll be able to pet it and receive the mount. In this video I will cover the optimal route with least trash packs up to the bosses you have to kill. I'll be covering what talents, conduits and soulbinds I use to complete this. I'll put out some tips and tricks to make it all a tiny bit easier, and I'll give you a general idea on what the strategy to kill the 2 bosses will be. While the footage of the fastest and most trashless route will be running in the background, let's take a look at my talents. So basically there is not much science to this. The most important part is probably best served cold, as my strategy revolved a lot around using revenge as my primary damage ability, since you need to kill ads fast but also need to be able to deal some damage to the bosses. Next up, anger management is a must as well. Your major cooldowns will play a huge role in being able to survive and kill the bosses. Next, let's have a look at my Soulbind and Conduit. Again, I just went with Hyper Survival, because as long as you live, you will win in the end. So I went with Draven, and basically I didn't think a lot about the Conduits, I just went with whatever I had of survivability. So, for the general tips for this solo challenge, I really recommend using Consumeables. Just for the record, my item level is 220 and it felt like I just barely hit the DPS requirement on the ads at some times, even when using consumables. The consumables I recommend that you bring is Spectral Flask of Power. You can use the Stamina one as well for even more survival, but I feel like Power is best in this scenario to kill the ads faster. Haste Food, Augment Rune, Drums for Heroism, and Health Potions. I didn't bother to bring strength potions because I felt like I had to save the potion CD for health, which also saved me a couple of times. For now, I'll just let the trash route clip run up till Domina Venomblade. Feel free to use the timestamps if you don't care about the trash route but just want to know about the boss fight. Let's talk a bit about this fight. She's basically got only one mechanic that will really kill you if not done fast enough, and that is when she spawns assassin ads. They will spawn 4 invisible ads shooting blades at you, and these deal a shit ton of damage, so you want to get them out of invis as fast as possible. I actually used the Leap legendary to do this mechanical as fast as possible. I recommend that you use at least 1 defensive whenever the ads spawn. Usually ignore pain is enough if you're fast, but if you get an overlap with the stun ability that she's also got, then you have to use a larger cooldown like Rallying or maybe Shield Wall. When you've uncovered the ads, you basically just need to kill them one by one to utilize the Victory Rush heal fully. If you miss these heals, you'll be in big trouble over time, as you don't have a lot of self-heal as a warrior and you take quite a lot of damage. I played with Signet of the Tormented Kings on one pull and accidentally bladestormed all of the ads down because I didn't have my cancel aura macro on my boss as protection. And it ended up killing me because they couldn't heal up from the ads as they all died in the Bladestorm. But that is basically it for this boss. It's just rinse and repeat. Survive is the key here. And yeah, rinse and repeat until the boss is dead. My kill was about 7 minutes. I'll let the clip run, but feel free to skip to last boss if you don't want to watch it all. Margrave is really the easier one of the two bosses, but it does however feel like there is a damage check on this fight. You have to always focus the big ad that spawns and basically just cleave down the boss. I had just about enough damage to kill one ad before the next one spawned. Other than using Revenge and Condemn to kill the ads and cleave down the boss, there's really not much to this fight. You just have to make sure you soak the slams from the ads, and that you use a defensive ability whenever Stradama uses Infectious Rain. Also, make sure you use Last Stand on cooldown for the 30% HP heal, and use every single Victorious Rush just like in the last boss fight. Last phase of this fight has no ads and is by far the easiest. You take almost no damage, so if you make it to around 30%, consider the challenge completed. Once again, I'll let the clip run. Once Margrave is dead, head back up where you came and you'll see a teleporter in the room just on the right before the slime pool that you fall into. This will lead you to the surface where you can pick up your well-deserved new mount, the Slime Serpent. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that I helped you out. Consider leaving a like if I did help you out, and subscribe if you want to be notified for my future 9.1 mount content. Thank you very much. Bye.